here we are for a look beyond the family. Some sociologists argue for a much broader view than we typically have of what constitutes a family. Some even question the utility of the current concept of family. And they advocate talking about personal communities. Let's explore what that involves. Okay, there are two kinds. One, a network of friends. This would be a family of choice. Constructed families, as opposed to families that we're born into or that we marry into. And this network is their support system, analogous to the what we typically associate with the family. And this would solve the problem of isolation among gays and lesbians whose families are not fully supported. And it would also allow us to talk perhaps more intelligently about the complex family networks that develop after divorce or remarriage. Now, extensive friendship-based networks, such as we might find among many gays and lesbians, are actually more common among people who are economically well off. And the reason is it takes time and money to maintain a family of choice or a personal community. Now, the second challenge to the household-based idea of family is living apart together, abbreviated LAT. Can be heterosexual or gay couples. It can involve cohabitation and marriage-like relationships, people defining themselves as a couple but live in separate households. Now, they may be apart by some kind of constraint. One partner or both is divorced with children and finds it not wise, perhaps, to incorporate a partner in his or her household. Or another time would be jobs that are far apart, and they may need two residences for that. Or they may be apart by some kind of choice, preferring more independence, preferring not to live together. They are an exclusive couple, but they prefer to live in separate households. Now, this LAT, living apart together, may be a stage. It certainly is more common in early adulthood. But the line between living together and living apart can get quite blurry because of joining together and staying over at each other's places, etc. One of the things about this is blurred boundaries. Personal communities blur the boundary between who's a relative and who's a friend, living together and living apart, being part of a family and not being part. So it gets kind of blurry and vague. Now, these are voluntary arrangements and they are less stable. And many see the fluidity as an advantage, something that allows them a lot of flexibility, but the instability can be a problem for children. And children are a public good. Here we come to our third set of forum questions that you answer in your forum on Sakai.